Welcome into LumberJillville's Battle of the Sculpts, where here we determine which action figure is better. Tonight's matchup is Mattel WWE Jade versus AEW Jazwares Jade. WWE versus AEW. Mattel versus Jazwares. Jade's rookie figure versus Jade's rookie figure. Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of LumberJillville's Battle of the Sculpts, where I take two figures, have them face off against each other in 5 different categories. Now, the winner of the most categories will be determined the winner of today's battle and be crowned the better of the two figures. Now, before we get started, let's head on over and meet the competitors. In the silver corner, from Mattel, released in 2025, we have WWE Elite Series 116 Jade Cargill. In the gold corner, from Jazwares, released in 2022, we have AEW Unmatched Series 4 Jade Cargill. We have our competitors all set and ready to go, so let's jump right into the very first category. So this first category is an important one for MOC collectors, and that's why it's included. Even though I open up these figures, review them, I like to display them loose rather than MOC. I know there are tons of mint on-card collectors out there, and this is a very important topic. So here we have the packaging. Which packaging is more appealing? Which is better quality? Which would look better hanging up on your wall, autographed by Jade? For me, it's an easy choice. I've said it on the channel a million times that I think the AEW packaging is miles ahead of the WWE Mattel packaging in all aspects. The design, the quality, the overall aesthetic, I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, my winner is this AEW Unmatched Series 4 Jade of the packaging category, but let's take a look here. Looking at these two, look at this big open window on the AEW packaging that you can get signed by Jade. It looks fantastic. We have an image of Jade, her name. Over here, we don't have an open window, but it is an obstructed open window. We have a smaller image of Jade there. And the cardboard is just overall flimsy, but just doing a comparison all the way around so you can see from all angles how this packaging holds up against each other. There you go. But for me, this was the easiest winner of a category tonight. After one round, the AEW Jade has taken the early lead. Now, this category is a bit of a tougher one, and I could see this kind of being divided amongst all of y'all watching, which sculpt and scan you like better. Now, I will admit that the AEW women's figures, as of late, as of the last few series, have been absolutely fantastic on capturing the likeness of the female. Now, all the way back in 2022 when this Jade came out, a lot of their women's figures kind of had soft features, kind of generic looks to them. Now, when I reviewed this AEW Jade when it came out, I thought it looked great. It looked just like her. And that was up until I got this WWE Elite 116 Jade and realized that the AEW one kind of has a generic look to it. Now, obviously, everyone in the world knows that this AEW figure is Jade. But as far as which one really captures her likeness, I really do think the WWE Elite Series 116 one is the better face scan and face sculpt. I think it definitely portrays her features, and the sculpting details really do look just like her in my opinion. Even when you look at it from all angles, it does look a lot better. Now, as far as the hair sculpt goes, I once again prefer the WWE Elite Series 116 hair sculpt. I think they both obviously resemble Jade, but I like how it has a little more character in the WWE sculpt. So yeah, the winner of this round is Jade from Elite Series 116. After round 2, WWE Jade is officially on the board. So this next category is body sculpt. Not necessarily the sculpting work in the attire. The attire will be the next category. But the overall sculpt of the body, the part choices they used for the bodies, the muscle definition that they incorporated in the sculpt. And just looking at these figures side by side from a distance, I think a lot of people are going to be in agreement. But we'll get to that in 1 second. So as you can see from the waist up on both of these Jade figures, they are fantastic. They really give her that muscular physique that Jade has, that Jade has worked so hard to get. So I absolutely love that from the waist up, both these Jade figures look strong, they look powerful, they look dominant. Now from the waist down, as you can see, the AEW Jazwares figure has a lot more muscle definition. And on top of that, she has longer legs on the AEW Jazwares figure, and that is so important because if you look at any image of Jade, or if you've seen her in the ring, she does have longer legs, and on top of that, they're very muscular. This WWE Elite does not give Jade muscular legs or really any muscle definition in those legs. Now, I do think that the biceps are tremendous on this WWE Elite. They have a lot more definition and muscle tone than the AEW one. I also really like the hand sculpts that they used on the Elite compared to the AEW Jazwares. The AEW Jazwares hands, even the fist hands that she comes with, are tiny. They're like Burger King Whopper hands. So I think if we're starting from top to bottom, the WWE Elite one is better with the arms, with the hands. But when we get to things like the chest is very uniquely sculpted to really look like how she looks when she's wearing her attire, how she did when she wore her attire at AEW television. And like they really went the extra mile on her chest sculpt. And as far as the midsection goes, they're both really, really good sculpts. But to me, what really sets this AEW figure apart from the WWE one as far as body sculpt goes is the legs. I mean, look at these legs when you compare them. I think they look a lot more lifelike on the AEW figure, in all honesty, than the WWE figure. And I think for that reason, the winner of body sculpt is this AEW Unmatched Series 4 figure. AEW Jade once again takes the lead after 3 rounds. Alright, the next category is attire. So what we're going to do is, instead of side by side, we're going to zoom in, we're going to take an up close look at each one, and then I'll tell y'all which one, in my opinion, is the better attire. So starting out with Elite Series 116, as you can see, we have this metallic silver theme here. The paint application is absolutely beautiful. It is a metallic shine all throughout this attire from head to toe, everywhere from her boots to her knee pads to her trunks to her top, a metallic shiny silver, which is an excellent, excellent touch. Now on top of that, there's a lot of unique sculpting going on. Starting with her top, we have a uniquely sculpted necklace that is a metallic silver going around her neck. That top has multi-layers sculpted on. It looks absolutely beautiful. Even looking at the back of the top, we have those straps behind her neck and then the straps to the back of the attire with a lot of sculpted detail. Now the trunks, the bottoms, don't have a lot of sculpting going on, but what makes up for it is the unique paint application here, and once again that shiny metallic. The knee pads are one of one completely unique knee pads that we've never seen before, with tons of unique sculpting with Jade's logo, also that metallic finish. The boots have a lot of character here with that silver base color, with the white on the soles, the white in the laces, and a lot of sculpting there. Also, I guess we can consider the painted nails part of the attire. Now moving on to the Jazwares figure. Starting out with the color of the attire, it is a flat gold, I guess you can say. Now, images of this figure online, you can find some images, not of the actual release product, but some of the early stages of this figure, and this gold was like a metallic shiny gold, and that would have really made this attire that much better, but unfortunately, the final product, the final result that we got, as far as the color goes, is this just flat mustard yellow type color. I know it's a goldish color, but there's no metallic paint application. There's no metallic shine, and that really hurts the overall appeal. Now, the next couple Jade figures that were released did have that metallic finish, and it really does make a world of difference. So, as of right now, the silver color on the WWE figure is much more appealing than this flat gold. Now, as far as the detail put into the sculpting of the attire, there's not a lot of sculpting going on this attire itself. All these different angles in this design here is just painted on. Now, it is painted on very cleanly and very nicely, but there's no sculpting really going on as far as into the actual attire itself from the top to the bottom. The knee pads have a lot of cool decoration there, and the gold does look a little metallic there, but I wish that gold would have been used throughout the entire attire. And moving on down to the boots are really nice with that Jade logo. However, we do have that flat type gold color. So for me, this was a pretty easy category when we're talking about which figure has the more appealing, the better attire. And for me, it is the WWE Elite Series 116 figure, by far. And that win ties up WWE Jade with AEW Jade after 4 rounds. We are all tied up heading into the final category. So the final category, I actually left it in the hands of all of you residents of LumberJillville. So up on the YouTube channel, I put a community post up and had y'all vote for which Jade you thought was better. So for the deciding vote as to determine the winner of today's Battle of the Sculpts, let's send it on over to the poll results. On the LumberJillville YouTube channel community tab, I placed a vote up there for all of you residents of LumberJillville to vote for which Jade Cargill figure is better. And receiving an overwhelming amount of 83% of the total votes compared to 17%, the winner for the popular vote, as voted by all of y'all, goes to WWE Elite Series 116. And your winner for the Battle of the Jade Cargill rookie figures goes to WWE Elite Series 116 by Mattel. And there you have it, today's Battle of the Sculpts between WWE Elite Series 116 Jade Cargill and AEW Unmatched Series 4 Jade Cargill. The first representation in figure form from each company of Jade Cargill goes to WWE Elite Series 116. Now, I really do think the AEW figure is tremendous, but I really wanted to compare and have the two companies' first shots at Jade versus each other, because to be completely honest, if you take that Amazon exclusive 2-pack Jade released by Jazwares, which was in the metallic pink attire, or that AEW shop exclusive Jade that comes with the TBS Championship and is also in a very intricate attire with green hair, those two might edge out this Elite, in my honest opinion. I think those are tremendous figures, and I think as far as the attire goes, it's a glow up from the Unmatched Series 4 AEW figure. So just the versus video of Jade's first figure with AEW and Jade's first WWE figure. The winner is this Elite Series 116. Now, if you want to see a versus video between the other Jazwares Jades versus this WWE one, let me know and maybe I will brew that one up. But for today, we are going to give credit where credit is due, and that's this Elite Series 116 Jade Cargill for winning today's battle. Thanks for stopping by LumberJillville and watching today's episode of Battle of the Sculpts, where I take 2 women's wrestling action figures and have them face off in 5 different categories. The winner of the most categories is determined the winner of the battle. Now, if you want to see any other matchups, let me know in the comments below. I've wanted to do Mattel's very first Elite Paige figure versus AEW's very first Saraya figure. So I might do that video. If that's something you want to see, let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure to film it and get it up on the channel. But until then, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more women's wrestling figure content coming. Thanks for watching, and have a great night, y'all.